Let's move on. Today's episode, fill your pockets. We got four games today. A lot of games on today, but we're gonna be going over four games. First game of the day. It's an early game. 3:45 Eastern time game. New York Mets were taking on the Giants once again. They played yesterday. Giants obviously won because we had them in one of our plays. Um, right now, the way the odds are, New York Mets plus 120 on DraftKings, San Francisco minus 140. San Francisco is obviously leading the season series 2-0. Abhishek, first game of the day. Mets taking on the Giants. Who you got?
Here we go once again, Mets Giants. These Mets, oh man. I will say this, I hate early games. For some reason things just don't always go the right way. I don't know. It's just something I've experienced. Early games just I don't know. It just the timing maybe teams are used to it. Usually on weekends is when there's early games. Usually on Sundays, not really on weekdays, but it is what it is. 3:45 as Arun mentioned. Mets at the Giants. The Mets, man, here we go again. Last night, the day before, we picked the Giants both times. Actually, I've picked against the Mets past 5 days straight with the Dodgers, now the Giants. And you can call it what it is. Oh, you're picking the better team. Yeah, I am picking the better team because that's how it works. The better team should win. The matchups say they're going to win. And now we get into today. This isn't a huge mismatch. That's why the line is so small, especially at home. We got the Mets. Let's discuss them first. Obviously, we've talked about them a lot. They've lost 5 straight. The only series they've won, the only team they've been, I think, in the past month is the Nationals. And yes, the Nationals won yesterday, but the Nationals suck. It is what it is. One game does not define anyone's season. They struggle to score. They scored 2 runs yesterday. I think they scored two. Was it 2 runs the day before? 2 or 3 runs the day before. They just don't score, and that's the biggest problem for them. Now we get into their pitcher, their young rookie. He started off his career phenomenal. He was dominant. But then I would say, like most cases, once people have film on you, I would say, as professionals, can adjust. And that's where it looks like teams have done against him. He's lost his last 3 starts. 2 of those starts have been on the road. And he lost against Miami. And Miami, they struggle to score also. They are not a good team. He lost against them. They couldn't score against Miami. He lost against the Phillies. The Phillies have been up and down also. As of recently, their hot streak has ended. And he lost against the Dodgers. There's no shame in losing to the Dodgers. That's the best team in baseball when fully healthy, in my opinion. And this team is hitting a rough patch. I don't know when it's going to end. And Miguel is hitting a rough patch in his rookie season. Now we get to San Francisco. Not much to say. Dominant. They're just amazing right now. 9-1 in the last 10 games. They lost a 1 game to Colorado, and that was because of the pitching matchup they had that day. They didn't even have a real starter starting for them, and they lost that game. Anthony D, as I like to call him, he's back. He pitched the last game. He went on the injured list for like 10 days because he wasn't himself. He was struggling against Arizona. He was struggling. I think he had 2 starts where he struggled. So they said, you know what, let's see if there's something wrong here. He had some shoulder injury, I think. So he got a couple of days. I think he got like 10 days of rest. And then he came back. He started against Colorado a couple days ago. And he looked more comfortable. He looked like himself. He went 5 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs. Nothing crazy, nothing amazing, nothing bad. He was solid. And I look for that to continue today. Like yesterday, like today. Obviously, this is a game we're reviewing. Obviously, there's still time. It's 10:35 Eastern time here. Game is to start for another 5 hours. But for right now, minus 140, that is just too much value to not pick the Giants in the situation.
All right, it's first game, leaning towards the Giants.